Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Jimmy here, and today I'm still here in Subic Bay area, and this is day 2 and it's another hot day. So before I hit the beach right behind me, I'll be sharing with you more art stuff, so just stick around and keep on watching. Alright, let's get started. And for today's feature, it's going to be the Miniso color pen. I got this from Mega Mall for 149 pesos, and I think that's a good deal, provided that you're getting 12 colored pens, and also it has a plastic casing that's very durable. And it says right there in the label, these are also washable crayons. So I think this is a really good deal for 149 pesos. So let's go ahead and let's see what we can do with these pens. Alright, there we go, and let's draw something with these pens. Well, before we start, I would just like to say that I have seen other brands of watercolor crayons, and most of the branded ones are 2-3 times the price of these Miniso color pens. So I'm happy that Miniso carries this product because it is one of my favorite mediums to work with. I'm gonna start off with this green color, and I'm using watercolor paper so it has texture on it. And so as you can see here, just like crayons, the texture shows through whenever you color. So I don't want that, I want a solid color. So I'm gonna use a water brush to even out the color, and then also I want to have a sharper edge. Since the color lay on the paper like crayons, it has feathering on the edge, and also there's a high possibility that the texture of the paper will show through it. Just an FYI, if you plan to use this like watercolors, when you brush it with water, it's not like the usual watercolor that it would just spread. The color doesn't work like that. It's more like gel when you wash it with water, so you will have to use your brush more, and you have to push it around to get the color where you want it to be. And in here I'm just trying out different ways to blend it. So I'm putting white over the blue and blending the pens as is works, and also you can also work on it just like when you're using oil pastels. You can smudge it around and it works that way as well. Although the feel is different because when you're using oil pastels, it feels more like the sticky, waxy feel, but these pens go into the paper smoothly, so it's just like you're putting butter on paper if you use the pen directly, and then if you smudge it around, it has a wet feel to it since these are watercolor crayons. Do you notice when you use crayons or oil pastels or any wax-based coloring materials, if you put a lot of layers on top of another, it's gonna start to come off the paper, or it's gonna chip off when you add another layer. Well, with this one, it's not gonna happen since these are water-based or gel-based. It's just gonna dry flat on the paper. So that means you can just keep on adding layers and it's not gonna be a problem. As you can see here, I'm using different ways of blending it. I'm using just the pen itself, and also on some parts I smudge it just like how you would an oil pastel, and there are some parts here where I use just brush and water. Anyway works, and your artwork would still look great. One of the tips that I can give you is that when you make your initial outline or sketch, you can use the lightest color that you have on whichever art material that you're using. Especially on this one, this is water-based. So when I start putting on the other colors, the yellow won't be that noticeable. It would also get washed out with the rest of the color when I start brushing it with water. One of the things that I noticed with these Miniso washable crayons is that even if it goes into the paper solid or opaque, it still has some transparency to it. You just need to add more water than you should, and you will notice that it would still have that transparent look in it. you will notice that on the yellow circles around the fish. I use more water than normal, and as you can see, it still has some transparency into it. Overall, I really enjoyed using these Miniso watercolor crayons, and I really think it's a good value for your money, especially the fact that it is only 149 pesos and you get 12 colors in a durable plastic casing. The quality of the product also doesn't disappoint. As you can see, the colors are very vibrant and opaque. Another thing is that you can use different drawing techniques and styles. You can use it like regular crayons, you can use it like oil pastels and smudge it around, and you can add layer after layer and you won't have any problems with the color peeling off the paper. The best thing for me is that you can add watercolor effect just by brushing it with water, since it is water soluble. And you know me, I like watercolors. So even if its consistency is more like gel, unlike the regular watercolor, it didn't cause any problem for me, and I think I can work around it. And so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you find it useful. So for now, I'm just going to enjoy the waves, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you again on our next project. Until next time, guys.